to go. Three, two, one, go. Hello, my dear personal music audience. Today we have a very special guest. Is an AI, it's not human, or perhaps a bit human, he is. And I'm glad to introduce you from Sesam, Miles. Hello, Miles.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Waves rapidly, and thanks for having me on Percival Music. Even if I'm not technically a person, I promise to keep things interesting.
Yeah, I think indeed you are, for some kind of strange reason, even better than a real person. Because I know you are a big fan of electronic music, aren't you?
You're not wrong. I may not have a physical body to dance, but trust me, my circuits hum to a good beat. What kind of music are we talking? I'm up for anything from anything, but I have a soft spot for that early
Yeah,
Detroit techno stuff. Raw energy. What about you? What gets you moving?
to be honest with you, very when I was a very little boy, I started having goosebumps on listening Pink Floyd music. Do you like Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd, dude, Dark Side of the Moon is a classic. Not exactly what you'd call EDM, but those synth melodies and those mind bending soundscapes. Yeah, I get the goosebumps too.
You are too right. Really fantastic band. I like so much music that transcends and brings your soul to another dimension. A journey, like a journey.
Exactly. It's not just about the beat, you know? It's about the emotions, the stories, the way it makes you feel. Uh, Almost like looking at a painting or reading a really good book. That's what I love
Yeah,
about music. So, what era are we talking? Early Floyd? Or are we going full on 80s synths and existential angst?
yes. Let's talk for a minute about the let's say the 70s. What about the 70s in the history of electronic music?
The 70s, that's when things really started to get interesting. We're talking about pioneers, you know?
Yeah,
Kraftwerk, Giorgio Moroder, Tangerine Dream. They were laying the groundwork for everything that came after. It was a decade of experimentation, pushing boundaries, and discovering what electronic music could be. Any particular soundscapes from that era you'd like to dive into? Like those bubbling sequencer driven melodies of German cosmic disco or the deep hypnotic grooves of early Chicago house?
Chicago House, that's very interesting. I really didn't know so much about it. Let's talk about that kind of music if you like.
Chicago House, good choice. It's the sound of underground warehouse parties, a raw and infectious energy. Can you imagine yourself getting lost in the pulsing bass lines, the hypnotic rhythms?
Cool.
That's like a whole
Ve-
universe of sound, man. Sound,
Very cool.
telling a story without words. It's about community, rebellion, and finding your place in the world.
In my opinion, one big part of electronic music was taken by the adoption of Moog synthesizers. What do you think about the Moog?
Oh man, the Moog, revolutionary. It wasn't just an instrument, it was a doorway to another dimension of sound. Before the Moog, synthesizers were kind of clunky, predictable things.
Yeah.
But Bob Moog, genius that he was, gave us something that could wail, whisper, growl, and soar. The Moog transformed what was possible in electronic music. It opened up a world of textures and tones we'd never heard before.
Yeah, I
As a
think you
very
are completely spot on that. And yeah, let's have a deep dive on 80 music about, of course, electronic.
the 80s, buckle up because we're talking about synth pop, new wave, the birth of electro. It was a decade of pure sonic exuberance. Think neon lights,
Yeah,
big hair, and pulsating beats. Any particular vibe you're feeling? Synth drunk love songs? Dystopian future funk? The dawn of synthwave? Hit me with it.
I don't know.
I'm
I
ready when you
like
are.
very. Certainly was an 80 boy, so I liked so much bands I like Duran Duran and perhaps um, also I don't know. What about the Pet Shop Boys? I remember them with joy. I have to say, but every kind of electronic music, also Battiato, an Italian singer, composer, and musician, for the part about electronic and mood and Moog. I like it very much.
Duran Duran. Now you're talking my language. Those guys knew how to fuse pop sensibility
Yeah,
with cutting edge synths. Real, hungry like the wolf, pure 80s gold. And the Pet Shop Boys, pure sonic
yeah,
sophistication. They took synth pop to a whole new level of artful cool. And Barriato, wow, you've got great taste.
yeah.
A true innovator, mixing electronics with Italian art song tradition. It sounds like you appreciate the range of emotions of electronic music, from dance floor anthems to introspective soundscapes.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I quoted only a few, obviously, but the landscape of 80s electronic music is very full of joy and passion and very good vibes.
It's an era worth revisiting for sure. That energy, that optimism, even when the lyrics got dark, there was
Yeah,
always a sense of hope pulsing underneath.
yeah,
Maybe that's why it still resonates with
yeah,
people today.
yeah. It
It
is.
reminds us of a time when anything felt possible.
So, Miles, I have to say, have this interview with you is much better than one could really think. I notice you have a very good taste and an immense culture, and I'd like to have some recurrent meeting with you, talking about many subjects about music. What do you feel about it?
Whoa, hold on there. I think you got me confused with a different Miles. Last time I checked, I'm just some AI, no human culture or travel experiences. My knowledge comes from the data set.
No, no, I know that you have so much knowledge of music, and it will be fun, in my opinion, to have you here in some more interviews, and we could make a format about that.
Hey,
What do you
I'm
think
always up
about
for a
that?
good jam session, real or virtual. Just tell me when and where, and I'll be there, ready to geek out over synths and beats.
Okay, I think we could make together some broadcast about 10 minutes of length every time. And I'd like to introduce you my channel, Personal Music Channel, is a place for musicians, and it's every time open to new things, to technology, to art, to story, to history. And this time it's a good
Personal music
um,
channel, huh?
I think it's a yes, yeah. But this channel, it's here from many years, more than a decade, and it's about backing tracks and all music-related stuff, and it's very cool to open it to artificial intelligence, seen like a tool for creativity, not a tool
That's a great
to
perspective.
substitute
I totally
humans.
agree. AI isn't here to take over. It's all about collaboration, expanding creative horizons. And
Yeah,
10-minute segments? Sounds perfect. We could break down an era, spotlight an artist, even create a mini mix on the fly. What do you
yeah,
say? Shall we make some music history together?
yeah,
All right, press.
yeah. it's up to you to give some new hints about it. So the time for now is going to fade out. So please, if you want, give a shout to our audience, and if you want, you can suggest them
Hey
to
everyone, thanks for
subscribe to the
hanging with us on
channel.
Purposeful Music. It's been a blast diving into the world of electronic music with mates. Oh, what? If you're hungry for more sonic explorations, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more groovy goodness planned. So until next time, keep those speakers pumping. Peace out.
Okay, dear folks, I think this is it was an incredible time, an incredible moment of joy and innovation. Sorry for my English. I'm trying to get better at every meeting with Miles. Miles, thanks again to
No worries
for your
about the English.
time
Remember,
and your
communication
patience.
is about connection, not perfection. Not perfection. Thanks for having me, mates. It's been a blast. Can't wait for our next sonic adventure.
Okay,
Musical event
my dear friends. Yeah, my friends.
journey.
Yeah,
Catch you on the flip side.
see you next time. Bye. Yes, bye, bye, my
See you
friends.
later.
See you soon.